Welcome to my channel. These slides that are rolling by are an indication of some of the things that I cover on a regular basis in my videos. Once you have watched the video, I would appreciate it if you would click the like button and leave a small comment. It's really a big help to the channel. The YouTube logarithm, when it sees that, promotes the channel more and will be more viewers. I would appreciate that very much. Thank you for watching. Angel and I are out hiking in the parkland, and the red dot is where my truck was parked, and the sort of circular route down below that is the hike that we did. It's about 4 kilometers. It's in the Roosevelt International Park, and the clips that follow were taken on the hike. Angel and I are on our way out to walk one of our favorite trails, and the road, as you can see here, this is the Glen Severn Road, and it's quite a mess, but not as bad as it is most years. There's places like this where, I don't know why, but when the frost comes out it turns into a soft mess. It's a gravel road, dirt road, as you can see. But this year we're almost to the end of the Glen Severn. There's been 2 or 3 places like this, but they've been quite easy to get out around. I suspect the people who made the ruts like that were driving 4-wheel drives. My truck is a 4-wheel drive, but I still worry about getting stuck. And I have to show you this little guy. A woolly caterpillar. On April the 8th, we have a woolly caterpillar running around. It's quite a mild day, not what you'd call terribly hot, I guess. 10 degrees Celsius according to the thermometer in the truck. And that, I think, is somewhere around 51, 52 Fahrenheit. It's supposed to be warmer this afternoon. It has been cloudy all morning, but you can start to see some blue sky. So we have hopes of it being a nicer afternoon. Anyway, we'll show you what we're doing on our walk. Well, we have arrived at the little parking spot. The trail that we're going to walk is either for pedestrians or bicycles. It's been made quite level and smooth so that people on bicycles could ride it. And the idea of these large stones is to keep people on 4-wheelers and whatever out of there. I've never met one in here, so I guess that must be successful. But we haven't been out here probably since early winter. It wasn't a bad winter, but I don't like walking these trails alone, even though I'm with Angel in the wintertime, because there could be some snow covering ice, and slip and fall and break something in your way out here in the wilderness. This is in the Roosevelt Park. There are 2 large parks that border each other, and the Roosevelt Park being the largest one, but there's over 4,000 acres when you put the 2 parks together, and lots of nice hiking trails. As you can see, Angel is off. I like to come out here because she can be off leash. Evidence of some of our winter storms. There's always wind-blown trees that come down in here, and this looks fairly fresh, so I'm hoping that means that the park employees have been out and walked the trail and sawed up anything that was blocking the trail. If you get out here early enough, sometimes the trail is blocked and you have to find your way around a big tree, but it's never that difficult, I guess. Well, as you get into the trail a ways, it's more hardwood trees and less of the coniferous variety. And they seem to be sturdier. They don't tend to get torn down too much in the wintertime. It's the large firs and spruce and whatever, because their branches are so dense in the winter that we have horrible windstorms many times during the winter, and that tends to break off a lot of the fir and spruce trees in certain areas. On my property, I don't notice too much of it. I do have a few that are down, but other areas like over here can do quite a bit of damage. There are things that have to be sniffed, and Angel's finding them all. Angel is panting. Not that warm, but she does tend to do a lot of running around. I stroll out here and she covers the area several times at top speed. We're roughly halfway out to where this particular trail terminates, but I thought I would show you that we have a lot more blue sky. And it feels nice and warm with that sun shining on me. It has been a real early spring for us here. I've seen many a year this early in April when there was still 2 or 3 feet of snow to get melted. You just noticed Angel turned around and looked at me. She never lets me out of her sight. And if she's walking up ahead of me, sometimes her head will turn just enough so that one eye gets a glimpse of me. And she says, yeah, he's still there, so she keeps on going. We're almost at the end of the bike trail, and what you can see through the trees there is the Carriage Trail, small gravel roads, and we take that one to Quebec. Sort of makes it into a circular route. You don't have to cover the same ground again. But before we do that, we go down to our favorite deck at the seashore and enjoy the view. Where this trail ends or begins, depending on which way you're going on it, I guess. And the gravel road that goes down to the beach, and a nice deck where we always take a rest. Angel has gone on ahead of me. You can see that sort of streak of land way off in the distance. That's Grand Manan Island. We are arriving at the lower duck pond. The pond is actually along the beach quite a ways from here, but this is the parking lot, at least, for the lower duck pond. I'm glad the sign is still there. There are 2 duck ponds, lower and upper. Without the signs, I can never remember which is which, and I've lived here all my life. This particular deck is handicap accessible. A couple of bollards to restrict the size of what can get out here, but a wheelchair or one of those disabled scooter things could come out on here quite easily. On a nice sunny day, it is a lovely place to sit. I've sat here and talked to many tourists over the years. We always take a little rest when we get this far. Very calm today. Sometimes there's surf just crashing in here, but it's calm as can be. You can make out water to the right of the sort of gravel sandbar here, whatever. That is the duck pond, the lower duck pond over there. It's fresh water, water that drains down out of a large marsh, bog. It stays fresh all year. So ducks, migrating ducks, do use it, a chance to get a drink of fresh water, and I think they also nest in and around it. You quite often see black ducks in particular, a common breed around here, with their flock of little ones swimming behind them. Well, Angel and I are going to take a little rest before we head back home. I guess I'm so used to mentioning it in the past, I didn't mention this time. That's Lubac, Maine, across the water. And you can see it on the end of that point. There's a lighthouse. That's West Quoddy Light, which is the most eastern point of land in the USA. Well, we've just come up out of there. You could continue walking out to Liberty Point. It's still a fair hike from here. It's a beautiful spot once you get out there, but we're not doing that today. We're headed back on the carriage trails. Very little traffic, if any, this time of year out here, so I haven't got Angel on her leash. I do have it in my pocket if I need to put her on it. She has sort of trained herself. When a vehicle comes and we hear one coming, she runs back to me. So I know that's what you want me to do, Dad. So it's really not much of a concern, and nothing drives very fast out here, so hopefully we won't have any traffic until we get back to the truck. I'm still playing Follow the Leader. We're almost back to where we parked the truck. I can hear waves crashing on the shore. Where the truck was parked isn't very far from Raccoon Beach. But we have not encountered a vehicle of any kind, just me and Angel. Well, we have arrived back at the beginning. I have a couple of apps on the phone. One is called Map My Walk, and it's been drawing a map since I left home, actually, driving in the truck as well as the walk. And the other one is a Steps app. I just had a look at the Steps app, and we walked about 4 kilometers. A little over 4 now. I checked it a bit ago, so I think they're just about equal distance. The bike trail and the carriage road are about 2 kilometers each. So it was a nice morning walk, and the sun seems to have disappeared, but it's still a decent spring day. I'll get this uploaded, and thank you very much for watching. Angel.